I see these small children, a year-old, 2-year-old. Parents, in order to save themselves from parenting, make their children busy by giving them some device. So they are playing a game or watching pictures or watching a cartoon. They are very happy, sure. They are very enjoying their games. But unknowingly, the parents are damaging the body system, the brain system of their child. I believe this is the new addiction. And this addiction will hamper the health of the child. I know you might wonder, who is going to prove this statement? Well, in time, when the children will get sick with lesser IQs and leaky memories, maybe then you will come to know. Yes, we do need some people following the growth of a child's brain who are on the screen, with the screens, 3 to 8 hours per day. Somebody needs to monitor that. But some people are already doing it. Well, they don't have a research papers done of the 10 years research or so, because these are new devils coming out. And by the time their so-called 10-year research will end, thousands of children will be sick. Then what would be the use with that research? And I have more faith and logical understanding about the Ayurvedic sciences, which are thousands of years old, but so is their research of thousands of years, where they have seen the effects of overexposure of even sun. Ayurveda says if it is summertime and if it is hot, don't be out from noon to 4:30. Save yourself from harsh sun rays, because it will be a pitta aggravating thing. You will not only have more ulcerative acid refluxes, but also you will be having lot of skin troubles. And also it will hamper your sleep. You won't be able to sleep nicely. But people put on their sunblocks thinking it will help them and protect them. Now the study is saying the sunblocks itself are causing skin cancers. They put up these sunblocks and sit in the sun. They say we are sunbathing on the beach. They are roasting themselves. They are aggravating their pitta, the fire element, the fire humor in their body. Because in the evening they will drink few pegs of liquor, hence they kill their sensitivity to feel what is going wrong in their body. Or they will smoke nicotine, which will again numb their brain to feel the pain and the changes occurring in the body. So more insensitivity to the pain is happening. And we are creating ourselves by creating these obstructions through liquor, through cigarettes, through medication. I know I am digressing, but this is very important. People have a bit headache, they'll take a tablet. Stomachache, take a tablet. Backache, take a tablet. Sinus block, take a tablet. Without reading the side effects and what that chemical will do, they keep on just popping pills. In ashram, my disciples, students are following the Ayurvedic lifestyle. So, if they have a headache, they are asked to do jalneti. And the right procedure. Many people I have seen in states are following absolutely wrong procedure of the neti pot. It's easy to copy something, but it is difficult to know the detailed contraindications of a procedure. If they have a back pain, they are asked to do certain poses, asanas, which will help to relieve the pain, or giving the naturopathic treatment of using hot and cold towel. There is a procedure that takes away the pain. And regularly, because they are using turmeric, a spoonful, it takes care because the turmeric is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti-hemetic. So they are not running to the pharmacy. And I believe we are saving a lot of money and not creating toxicity in the body. The screens are also toxic. That's what I wish to imply. So you have to understand this. The body anatomy is such that the eyes are the part of the brain which are visible. So eyes are actually part of the brain itself. So whatever hits the eyes is actually hitting the brain. And the smartest things which our yogis did, they used the eyes to restrain the brain and mind. So coming back to Kabir and Kabir's mom's story. Kabir said, tell me a story. He's 6, 7. Mom started saying that once upon a time in a village there used to live a washerman. Dhobi. In Hindi we call him Dhobi. Learn one word of Hindi today. The washerman had a donkey. Whenever the priest in the Hindu temple would blow the conch, the donkey would begin to make noises. Strange connectivity. Whole day he is quiet. Here the temple priest plays the conch and the donkey goes on raking voices. The washerman was very astonished. There must be some link. Maybe my donkey was a great sadhu or a yogi in his past life. Maybe he was a priest. Maybe he was a great devotee. Who knows? And because of some bad karma, he has been given a body of a donkey. So he started having a respect for his donkey. And he gave him a name, Shankaranand. With due respect to any Shankaranand, the washerman gave this name. And so whenever he had to go somewhere, he wouldn't say, Gadhe chal. He would say, let's go, Shankaranand. And then he would address him very nicely. And Shankaranand, eat your food, the grass. Shankaranand, sit here, wait for me. Shankaranand, let's go home. He would put the bundle of clothes on his back. Shankaranand, wait for me here. Shankaranand, I'm coming. But this is something which was very private. So nobody knew that he's calling his donkey a Shankaranand, or he thinks about his great past lives. Donkey was a good donkey. But well, all good people die, so donkey also died. The day donkey died, the washerman cried and cried. In Uttar Pradesh, if a father or a brother or any elder dies, the son of this person would get their head shaven. That is the tradition over there. So they would shave the beard and mustache and all the hair. So usually, if somebody would be seen with a shaven head and beard, people would know that somebody has died in his home. So the washerman got his head shaven, beard shaven, mustache taken away, and he was crying and crying and crying and crying. His neighbors came. They also started crying. So to show the solidarity with the washerman, even they got their head shaven. And the neighbor's neighbor got their head shaven. And everybody would ask, who died? And they say, Shankaranand died. And somebody says, Shankaranand, it seems to be name of a great Swami. Somebody said, yeah, I had darshan of that Swami. You don't know. And all the gossiping and the rumor mongering added on. Oh, he was a great Swami. Oh my God, we have lost a great Swami. And somebody got his head shaven just because, oh, I am such an unlucky fellow. I could never have darshan of that great Swami. So he too gets his head shaven and they are crying. Then village after village after village, everybody got their head shaven. Everybody is crying. The news reached the king. And king was also about, because a great master, a great yogi has died and the whole country is mourning. So he declared, next 1 month is mourning for that great Swami. He called the barber, I'll get my head shaven. I have to be, with my subjects. But his wife was very intelligent. She said that before you shave your head, I love your hair locks, please get investigated who this Shankaranand was. So he asked his prime minister to do. So the FBI was called. So their agents went from village after village after. And finally that person reached a washerman. And he said, I have come from the king. Washerman got scared. Oh my God, why the king's people are here? What have I done? He said, just we need to know, who is this Shankaranand? We need to know more. Washerman said, well, Shankaranand was my donkey. What? He said, yes. They ran back to the king. And he said, sir, please don't shave your head. It was no great Swami or yogi. It was just Shankaranand. Who is a donkey? And little Kabir said, so mother, what does it mean? Mother said, it means never believe what you hear. Always investigate. Never believe hearsay. Always investigate. Because when we investigate, only then we'll come to know what the truth is. So you should investigate who you are, what you were, what you will be. Who you are, where you were. You might not know where you were in your past life, but you definitely have this much understanding that you were absolutely alone in your mother's womb. And when you were there, if you have seen some 4D digital ultrasound done of a child, of a fetus, then you can see that the fetus is so happy they were there. Their eyes are closed. Sometimes they pop up their eyes and they open eyes. And they do smile also. Some research was done in Stanford, and some ultrasound pictures and videos were recorded, and over there and some testing was done, like the mother is listening to hard rock, the fetus is getting angry, he's making faces, maybe he didn't like it, so he was pushing his mother's belly with his foot, or maybe he was joining with the music, God knows. There are these pictures where there were twins and they are holding hands and their heads are closed and they are smiling to one another, as if they are having some silent conversation. There had been these pictures and real-time filming was done of the fetus who drinks the water, who opens the eyes, who smiles, who gets angry, is going through some emotions. How? It is not the mother's emotion, it is his own past impressions and those waves of the memory which is coming. So they are smiling and they are angry and they are silent, they are going through all that. And single individual is in the womb and yet that person is going through so much. We have stories of Arjuna's son Abhimanyu learning all about warfare in mother's womb. We have story of a great yogi, Ashtavakra, who got all the Vedic knowledge through his mother's when he was in the womb, and she would sit with his father's when he would be practicing chanting the Vedic mantras. So he was born scholar, Ashtavakra. We have story of Parikshit, who again in the mother's womb it is said was protected from the wrath of a great warrior who wanted to kill this fetus in mother's womb, and somehow the mother prayed, and somehow it is said, the Bhagavatam says that Sri Krishna protected him in the mother's womb. So much is happening. Some psychologists have said this, that coming out of mother's womb is a big trauma for the child. From the warm, protected place, suddenly with all these flashy, big lights of the operation theaters, the labor rooms, is a big wrath, a torture on that baby. See, inside the body, it is all dark. If a doctor has to see your throat, they would use a torch. If they need to investigate something, colonoscopy or something, on the head of the wire, they have a light. Otherwise, how would they see? So, and the baby is in that dark, warm, protected area, and suddenly the baby is being delivered in a labor room where nurses are shouting, doctors are shouting, strong lights are there. It is a big torture. Hence the child has to sleep and sleep and sleep for next so many weeks and months. Those who have observed and investigated into this are suggesting that the labor room should have a soothing blue light, and nice, soothing, relaxing music should be played in the labor room, and the nurses should not be yelling. And loud blaring music should not be played. Soothing mantras may be used, and that would be a nicer way to bring that baby to this madhouse called world. When you are alone in the sleep, there is nobody, and yet you are so restful, peaceful, relaxed, right? So in a womb you are relaxed, in sleep you are relaxed. The day you will die, you will be very relaxed. I can promise you that. The other is a hell. And in death the other is gone, in sleep the other is gone, in womb there is no other. So Jesus rightfully said that the other is hell. So as long as you realize this and learn the mechanism of enjoying your own presence, you will be always lonely. You will be always sad. Because you are looking for solace from people and they are not dependable. You sleep 6, 7, 8 hours and you are so restful. You wake up, you are full of energy. Invigorating, pulsating, ready to wage the battle of your day. You were alone in sleep. There was nobody, no party, no friends, no relative, no wife, no children. Nothing. And yet you are so good. Death is good. An old woman who was very sick, she said to me, please pray for me that this body now just goes. Because it's a burden. It's hard to manage the body. It's hard to get up from the bed and the chair. It's hard to eat. It's hard to digest. My joints are giving away. My eyes can't see. My ears can't hear. please pray for me, the body dies. I said, well, I don't do this kind of prayers. So she was waiting for her death to come. Her grandson was saying, but Granny, you should live for my marriage. She said, well, I don't care. I have seen enough. I had 6 children. I have seen their marriages and my granddaughters and grandsons. And I have seen they are all selfish, greedy brats. Enough of this drama. I am not going to linger on for your marriage. I wish to save myself from this trauma because you people will be just expecting that I give you more money because you are getting married. She was really angry and viciously she exhumed her anger on people. And she's hoping that she dies. I know of a woman who is 96, her all children are dead, relatives are dead, just 2 daughters alive. And she's praying day and night, may I die. So that seems a very peaceful event for them. But you know what? There is a trouble in these 3 states. When you are in womb, there is no hope or room for any intellectual or spiritual growth. When you are in sleep, it is the most non-productive, non-creative time. So no possibility of any spiritual advancement or any practice or any learning. In death, it is just a black hole. You are unable to gain anything, learn anything, practice anything. So you have just the time when you are up and conscious and awake and aware. That is the time when you can learn something, gain something, practice something. But foolishly, you waste your time in stupid things. Yes, to survive physically, we do need to work 6 to 8 hours. So commuting is there, working is there. And, well, you can't sit and somebody, serves you. That is a further stupidity to expect that somebody should serve you. So you should be capable enough to take care of yourself and your family. And I don't see a need of having too much of socializing, because again, too much socializing meaning that you are bringing on their sorrows and problems in your mind. I am not saying be insensitive, but I am saying don't be too much people friendly. And you are so obsessed to know about others' problem, you will sit 2 hours drinking coffee and tea to know what her story is. Come on, tell me. I'm your friend, tell me. You are just bringing their garbage in your mind. But you love that. Let's hang together. Well, are you going to hang by your neck? But in a way, that is what's happening. One new psychiatrist student who was being an apprentice to a senior professor, after 2 months or so, listening to the sad stories of the patients lying on the Freudian couch, the student said, "Sir, may I ask you, how have you practiced for 40 years? I am going crazy myself listening to all these stupidities of people. And even in my dreams, I'm just getting these flashes of these patients and their stories and their sickness and their obsessions. And how come?" He said, "Okay, you're a good boy. I'll give you a secret." He gave him 2 cotton balls. He said, when it is time for the patient to come in, as that person comes in, Once you have done the greeting part, very smartly, plug your ears and let the person lie on the couch. Here he begins his story. Once in a while, So, okay. Just do that. Sometimes just give a very grave look, concerned look. Although the patient is lying and they're not facing you, but when the whole session ends, tell the patient, I have heard the whole thing. I have analyzed it very nicely, but I would need another hour or so to create some prescriptions for you. And in the meantime, give them some silly thing to do. Give them some rubber ball, press it every 5 seconds. Give them something to do. Or ask them to listen to a music, send them to a music therapy, send them to a physiotherapy, send them for swimming, send them for something. He said, sir, but isn't it duping our patients? Professor said, it is better to get yourself sick and crazy.